Okay, we are starting round 2. That's the way to start it, I think.
I mean, there's no better way.
Is there? Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. That didn't happen. Hello, round 2 starting, and we are looking at Revitalize versus Splatnik. I've seen Revitalize before in low ink. I don't quite recognize Splatnik. I could be wrong though. But I am looking forward to see what they do. What do you think?
I mean, I'm excited to see whatever any team pulls out here. I'm not over the Dynamo. I really want to see the Dynamo pick again. But like, if I had to throw like some baseless predictions out here because I don't know the teams, I would say like we're gonna see like we're probably gonna see a ballpoint at least like once or twice here. That weapon is just like a little bit. It's not that, well, it's not that it's too good. It's that NA likes to think it's really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that.
That'll be a trend for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd. And if we got some stats today, I'd definitely say ballpoint would definitely be like one of those.
Oh, we are already starting. Didn't even get to talk about the map, which, by the way, is Starfish on tower control.
Ooh, that's not my first choice in tower control maps, but yeah, it could be worse. I think that needs to be like the slogan of like the maps today. It could be worse.
Yeah, Revitalize, as you said, pulling out a ballpoint, but
it is going to be into the scope charger though. And there are a couple of good spots to get here. That good advantage. They are going to have like the snipe in this snipe on this map does give you a good amount of range on a charger. Seeing a lot of early.
Is very strong.
Yeah, seeing a lot of early control though, paint wise coming up from Revitalize, which is something that I think they definitely have over Splatnik, especially with that ballpoint.
Splatnik doing a good job at identifying the flanks. They did just stop one. And Revitalize, some members going down. It was a standstill at first, but now Splatnik is starting to push.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of attack to a trait. Good decision. Don't want to lose any more people than necessary. The charger is going to go down on Splatnik over there, which does take the Stingray off the board. Booyah's coming out from Splatnik. Is going to get the pick. Try to keep this push going. Roller trying to cause as many problems as possible here. Get some picks. We are going to see a trade.
Yeah, Splatnik doing a really good job turfing ahead, not like letting Revitalize get near the tower. So I think that's a really good strat on their part as they get past this first checkpoint.
Yeah, I think that last fight, I think Revitalize just got a little bit too spread apart there. Didn't quite have the coordination and like the ability to just kind of laser down one or two enemies that Splatnik did. We are seeing this the continued aggression here. Another 3-down situation for Revitalize, and Splatnik just looks like they have like almost absolute control over this game right now.
Yeah, considering Revitalize is using a roller and a zap, I think the lack of turf on their end is just gonna hurt them.
Yeah, I think it's just and it's interesting because that is a painting comp. We are white though, coming out from Splatnik. Revitalize looking not giving up just yet. They're still in it.
I blinked and I missed it. Now they have mid control.
I mean that you should just like tack that on the end of any roller player. If you blink, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna die. I did see him get some swings in there. We are going to see another 2-down go down for Revitalize. This Charger getting some picks here, looking to try and keep them from being able to put any points on the board.
Yeah, both teams getting some players down. Not really. It's a little hard to tell who's going to push, but Splatnik looking to push right now. They want to keep the tower on their end of the map.
Yeah, they're not letting this up easy. There is a lot of paint, though, on Revitalize's end as they're trying to kind of get back into this. They're going down again, another 2-down situation. It's a little bit rough right now.
Yeah, lots of trades going on. It's a little hard to tell who can just push and who can't push. I think both teams are kind of desperate to like get picks to start a push.
Yeah, they're definitely we're gonna see a lot of desperation, I think, coming out from Revitalize's end. I mean, still being at that 100% at like about halfway through the game. Never really something you want to kind of be in the situation of. We are seeing the armor coming out from Splatnik, trying to get some picks here in a weird position with the rain coming in, jumping out with the ray. We are getting some points now. Revitalize on the tower here, trying to keep this going.
I think Revitalize's paint is going to start assisting them right now.
Oh yeah, the paint.
Get control.
Yeah, especially with that roller there. As soon as he's kind of got freedom of movement, we do see the ray coming out here, trying to stop them from getting that checkpoint. But it might not be enough. They are going to hop back on tower and start pushing that back towards mid, and Revitalize is going to kind of have to back off here. Excellent aggression on that defense there we saw from Splatnik.
Yeah, I think Revitalize has the elements to make a good push. I think they just need to change up the playstyle just a hair in order to get the KO that they need.
Yeah, I think the one thing that they're lacking is they kind of don't really they're missing some of the weapon special coordination. I find like
For
if
sure.
I don't know if it's because they're popping specials at different times or if it's just the picks that they have in specific here. We're seeing another 2-gun situation again on Revitalize as Splatnik takes more control over their street again, trying to kind of keep them from doing anything here. I think that's the more brutal part about tower control is you once that objective's on your side, you have to not only get it back to mid, then you have to start getting points on top of that.
That push still going with one down on each team, and that will get them KO.
It was a really smooth, that seemed like almost a no problem push at the end there. They really just kind of got those few picks, and it seemed like Revitalize just didn't kind of know how to get back into the game once the initial push kind of happened.
Yeah, Revitalize maybe needs to perhaps like anticipate a push and get specials ready because specials are very good at stopping pushes, and I would say that's just hands down the easiest way to stop one.
Oh yeah, even just the Booyah Bomb from the K-Pro and like something like the armor just to keep your frontliners alive. But I think more of the problem kind of lied in. I think they kind of got staggered at the start with that early double that came out from Splatnik, and I think that's kind of what set them off with that early stagger. I think that's something that a lot of people, like even a lot of good players, even struggle with trying to kind of coordinate with your team to once you die, not immediately get into that mindset to run back in.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely something you'd probably see more from a frontliner though than a backliner, as you guys are kind of like the last bastion of a team wipe.
Yeah, the biggest rule for a backliner is just don't die. Ever.
Don't die. Yeah, don't die forehead.
I mean, it's easier said than done, but like,
yeah, oh yeah,
you gotta do what you can, even if like the enemy team's pushing and they're getting points. Don't die ever.
I think that does follow up. I think that's what we did see from the Charger there on Splatnik. He was staying alive. He had his Ray. I mean, those are the 2 points that I know about backline from an outsider perspective. Don't die with Ray, and then try not to die overall. But if you die with Ray, that's like the ultimate sin.
It's 2 rules: don't die and don't die with a Ray.
Yeah. Or more accurately, something that's just don't die forehead. We are seeing the Anchovy Rainmaker coming up, as well as the Albacore Clambits as the final round. Again, these are kind of those like maps where it's like Anchovy is like I like that map, but like the Albacore Clams, that's a common map combination I see, but it's one of those things where it's like Black Belt. I don't think I've seen someone say that they like it.
Yeah.
Heading into game here, I think Ancho Rainmaker, definitely one of those maps where you want to play aggressive. Aggression is your best friend here.
Splatnik with their turf control perhaps might get a very quick lead for victory on this map. I'm curious to see if Revitalize identified that issue and perhaps they change up the playstyle a little bit because that's one of the key things.
We're seeing the Charger response coming out here, and I think that might be one of their key points here. Is the ballpoint is outranged by the Charger, it gives them the advantage. We're seeing a lot of early aggression coming up from Splatnik, already on their plat with the dualies.
Very good stop.
Yeah, excellent. It was a 2v2 situation. We do have the Rainmaker on Splatnik's side. Ray is coming out, does end up going down to the Gal though. I mean, at least he popped it, so I mean he didn't die with the Ray, he died holding the Ray. We're not going to get into the semantics of it.
That's not. That's the whole can of worms here. But 90 points, good stop on Revitalize's part. I think they're doing a good job identifying their issues and stopping it. However, that roller in a questionable position does go down.
Pretty good splashdown here coming out from the Gal here, taking off 2 picks there. Just a really clean response there. You see the number advantage coming out from Splatnik as they try and get more control of the enemy flat.
We are seeing armor and jet from Splatnik as they start to push. However, Revitalize does counter with the Ray. We'll see if that can do anything. Revitalize roller does go down, but he does get one while he's at it. So,
I mean, it was the Rainmaker as well, so that definitely puts a little stop in the push there as they try to get back in. Splatnik losing their dualies to the Booyah Bomb there as another Booyah Bomb comes out in return.
This is a weird situation, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people just going down.
I mean, that kind of happens. Like when you're in that weird spot in flat, it's just like this. It's just an all-out brawl. It's kind of anyone's game with the Rainmaker on the edge like that. Splatnik, however, isn't looking to give up their push just yet. They're taking a new approach here, coming in through the fans.
Revitalize not quite seeing it yet. I think Splatnik has an opportunity. Oh, not quite. They do go down, but Splatnik did have an opportunity to get an easy push.
Yeah, good picks though coming up for Revitalize. They still have almost all their specials on the board here, trying to get this pick on the Dualies, who seems to be one of the remaining players. They need to get that Ray off the board though, if they're gonna get any kind of substantial push, because this is the second that they get on plat, we're gonna be seeing that Ray, and it's just gonna ruin their day.
Both teams have Ray right now, so I think both teams are kind of hesitant to start a push.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to consider. You know, the Ray, the counter Ray, who Rays first. I mean, there's so much going on.
Both teams use it right now, and Revitalize does get it, but will it be enough time to actually make use of the Ray? No, but
I mean, they did get the pick with the Ray, and they do have a lot of control. They are going to pick up the Rainmaker.
There's someone behind them. Doesn't quite identify it.
Oh, that K-Pro. Looking here to try and get some more picks here. Hoping for someone else to kind of just fall off and not realize he's there. And it looks like
he's going to realize he's there. He's not. They're not doing much about it. I think the communication needs to be a little stronger on their end. So this could have been some pretty good pushes.
Yeah, I mean, like, you see it a lot. I mean, if one frontliner kind of gets in the spot where they're like, oh, I don't think anyone's gonna see me, they can kind of abuse that a couple times before people really catch on. We are seeing a good push here coming up for Revitalize, trying to get some numbers on the board.
Revitalize doing a good job, regardless of what just happened. Revitalize might
They're
get
just going for points here. Look at it.
They get it, regardless. Oh.
What is with Rainmaker today? Why?
Yeah, Rainmaker today
what is going on?
Broken.
Revitalize taking the win in the KO, just against all odds there. Really, I mean, I think Splatnik had like what 3 people? I think if not the whole team up at the end there, maybe 1 pick or 2 picks.
It's tough.
I mean, like I stopped looking at who was actually up and started looking at the Rainmaker, who just absolutely wove his way in there, dodging what seemed like everything to get that fateful knockout.
Yeah, really good turnaround by Revitalize. After a loss on the tower control, I am curious to see how both these teams play on Clam's Albacore, because I'll be honest, on this map from this tournament, teams have this map. So see if you can help the gameplay on this one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is anyone's game. I mean, there's not a lot of I wouldn't say that there's like no stress, but there's definitely not a lot of stress in Swiss, knowing that you kind of get to keep playing. It's not as like high stakes as like a single or double elim. Kind of curious to see what we're gonna see pick-wise coming out onto Albacore here. I think I kind of want to see that ballpoint come back, but that really wasn't their was not a virtue for them in the first game.
Yeah, I am curious, because Rainmaker and Tower Control have like interchangeable comps. You can use like the same weapons, kind of, but on Clan Blitz it can be totally different.
Oh yeah, I think like Rainmaker and Tower Control are kind of like they're kind of similar in that weird way. Like I feel like there's a lot of similarities in what you kind of pull out for them.
For sure.
But like I think the Albacore as a map first and foremost is one of those you kind of have to play around it. If you just go in playing whatever weapons you like, you might have a bit of a bad time versus a team that's been like, okay, it's Albacore, we need to play some of this. And I think one of those weapons that like does exceptionally well on Albacore is ballpoint. I mean, the Rain has that nice, good control to keep paint down, let some skirmishes happen, and it's got that kind of nice aggression and range. It's definitely one of like I think it's one of my favorite niche picks to see on Albacore coming from a frontliner.
For sure. Ballpoint is super strong here with how open this map is, and while I hate Ballpoint, I play heavy. I do agree that Ballpoint's just really strong with the beacons too.
I definitely think the Dualies though. Dualies do also do pretty well on Albacore. I know CDS I don't think we've seen yet, but I think that's also one of those weapon picks that kind of just excels here with the range and the mobility. Mobility is a big thing on Albacore. We've seen the Charger back out on both ends. All right, the Roller's still here. That's
lots of similar comps. I'm not gonna lie.
I think this is almost if not the exact same. That's not a vanilla Roller. Hold on, that's a crack on.
It's a crack on. They're going for the baller pushes, which are strong.
I mean, works for Clan Blitz. If you need a baller, it's got one. Definitely not a weapon that you see every day.
Yeah, with armor and baller on Splatnik's side, and the Booyah, I think they got themselves a nice recipe for a win.
Yeah, those specials do all check out. Definitely not the weapons that I think I'd be seeing them on, but I mean, whatever works. We are seeing early 2-down situation coming out there for Revitalize. As Splatnik is looking to try and get control over mid, get those clams on the board here.
Yeah,
But doesn't look like...
what Splatnik needs to do is just get their specials now.
Yeah, get specials, get control, and then get a pick, go. That's kind of like the de facto way to kind of play clan bits. We are seeing some aggression from the roller. Is going to go down, though.
Yeah, Splatnik not totally sticking together. He kind of let the roller go in alone, and he does go down, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's... Frontliners, I mean, I get it. I understand. I know where you're coming from. You gotta go sometimes.
I know why you did. I just don't agree with it.
Yeah. Armor coming out, though, on Revitalize's end. Nice picks coming in from the K-Pro, effectively putting a stop to that push as they look to try and get control, get some clams. And the remaining members of Splatnik just kind of sharking, waiting this one out.
And one of the members of Splatnik going behind, kind of distracting them. I think they need to take advantage of that, and they are taking the clam in.
I thought for a second that power died in mid, so I saw the frontliner move away from it, but we have it secured. They are looking to try and kind of almost pincer in. There is someone there on the far left.
Baller jump. Not seeing a baller jump.
I think
they are getting it in.
They just opted for just walking in and throwing it. I mean,
that's okay. You don't always have to jump.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit too close to jump. They looked like they were all kind of hanging out in street there, but it probably would have been longer actually.
But really good 60 points on the board. Left for Revitalize.
Two power clams in. That's a decent amount of points. A good pick there coming off from Splatnik.
I would say that's a good lead. Yeah, I would say 60 is a good lead for early in the game, but we're halfway through the game, so yeah, Revitalize has to get moving.
It's Clan Blitz. I mean, like, if there was no points scored, this game could go on for quite a while. So, I mean, we've seen that with Clan Blitz before. Sometimes you just kind of stay at that, like, 100-100.
Yeah. But that's going to pressure Revitalize. They got to get going. And their backliner does go down. 2 down Splatnik side as well. I think Revitalize just needs to build a clam and go.
Yeah, that's the thing is, though, with Clan Blitz, is you can't... If you have a 2-down situation working in your favor, your next thought cannot be build a clam. You have to have that clam ready to go at that point. It's too late if you're looking to build after you get the picks.
They are in their spawn. They do have a clam.
This roller is... Popping Baller doesn't have the clam with him, though. There's a lot of pressure on the people who would be looking to jump. We do see another 2-down situation as they do get picked, and that push does look like it's going to be stopped. Roller isn't giving up yet. Getting a double on the swing there. Looking to throw the clam
there you go.
They just need to toss one clan in, and they take the lead. This roller just effectively took that in that clean double there.
Just goes to show, we said this in game 1, but once the roller has turf, that's super strong.
Oh, they have a lot of power.
Lots of clams in mid, though. Splatnik has a lot of opportunities to get the lead back in the last minute.
Yeah, but that roller is not going to make it easy for him. He's in there looking to cause problems.
He's already back in mid, yeah.
Yeah, he's...
Splatnik 3 down. Revitalize could go for another push right now. They're already in their spawn. Going for bomb rushes if they can play fast enough. They have a clam that's in.
It's not just about getting it in. It's also about trying to keep Splatnik from getting out also.
Yeah, this is time Splatnik isn't in their spawn pushing.
However, they are going to wipe. This is not a good situation to be in, as they do have that power clam on Splatnik. They do have that power clam coming up from the basket. This could be a comeback.
Oh, doesn't quite get the clam in, though.
It goes down. The jump just wasn't close enough.
We're going to see clams.
Coming in from the top.
There with 8 clams.
That's
going to be a lot. 30 seconds left. And there's still timer remaining on the basket, so that's time that Revitalize just needs to be in mid, get clams, get building, get specials. They have a lot to do. Yeah,
that was... I mean, that's one of those things, that's that one crucial miscommunication with that one player that you don't know where they are. It's gonna come back to bite you in Clan Blitz, as we just saw there. With only 10 seconds on the clock, things aren't looking great for Revitalize with only 1 power clam in their arsenal.
We're going to see it, 2 seconds remaining, but we are going to enter overtime, and Revitalize does have 2 specials, one of them being a baller, which is super strong. But they have to keep up the defense, because Splatnik's already looking to push.
Not only does Splatnik, and not only are they looking to push, they have a lot of...
they're in.
That's 25 clams on their side, that's 2 power clams. That was pretty much over, even before overtime began. Excellent work from Splatnik there, coming back from that really decisive push for Revitalize.
Revitalize had some really good pushes, but Splatnik just overtook him. So
Yeah,
good job on Splatnik's part.
Yeah, definitely. That was like I think one of the risky things coming out. While Revitalize's last push was strong, in Clam Blitz you have to be careful about like the time that you push, because if you give them a power clam, that's giving them a free 20 points essentially. If you go down, or if two people go down, or if you end up at worst case scenario wiping like we saw there, you've basically just almost given them the free ability to come back in the game when you just worked so hard to keep them out of the game.
Absolutely. So that was a really good set, especially with the ending there. We're seeing some really good games so far, round 1 and 2. Hopefully we can keep it up.
Rainmaker, I want to keep this trend up of Rainmaker being these absolutely crazy games where I can't predict what's gonna go next. But at the same time, please, for my blood pressure, for my health and safety, please stop stressing me out so much. Oh.
All right, so while we wait for round 3 to start, which should be in about 6 minutes, I believe, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.